Hey guys, I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Hallie.
And we recently went to Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. Now, as you guys know, there's 3 parks: Volcano Bay, Islands of Adventure, and Universal Studios. Main one being Universal Studios, second one Islands, and the newest one, Volcano Bay, which is a water park. Since we only had one day in Orlando, we did a lot of research and we ended up choosing to go to Islands of Adventure. We made our decision to go to Islands because there was more thrill rides compared to Universal Studios, and we already went to Volcano Bay, so that was out of the question from the beginning.
To get to either of the parks, you have to walk through City Walk, which is full of shops and restaurants that you can spend a lot of time in. You can go to that for free, unless you park, because the parking's expensive. It's like $20, but it's fun. And then you can either go right to Universal or left to Islands of Adventure.
So when you walk inside of Islands of Adventure, you're going to walk through the port of entry where you have a Starbucks, a Cinnabon, and a lot of shops, places to buy merchandise, whatever.
So once you've walked in through all of that, on your left you have Marvel Superhero Island, and on your right you have Seuss Landing. We decided to go to the left to go to the Marvel Superhero Island first because we heard that the longest wait times were there, so it was best to get that done earlier in the day. The bougies.
The bougie people who stay at the Universal hotels get there at 8 in the morning. But we non-bougie people will get there at 9 in the morning to ride the rides.
If you want to go, I recommend coming really early because when we first got into the ride, the wait time was like 10 minutes for the Hulk, and then later on in the day it got to like 75 minutes. So if you want to avoid those long wait times, then go in the morning.
For example, we walked over to Skull Island King Kong ride. The wait time was 15 minutes.
Because, yeah.
At around 2 o'clock we passed by, the wait time was 100 minutes. Oh, we don't want that. Hashtag true.
Truth then.
Once you walk into Marvel's Island, the first ride you're gonna encounter is the Hulk, which is a big, thrilling ride roller coaster that goes so fast and upside down and around and circles and squares and triangles. You're gonna want to do that one. What you're gonna do is first put your bag in a locker because you don't want to lose your hat, your glasses, your phones, your devices that are not stuck onto your body. Go put it in a locker.
You have to as well. It's not optional. You can't just hide it on you.
They literally make you walk through a metal detector. So before having to go and then tell you to go back and put your stuff in the locker, just go do it. It's free. No money. There's also, for people who don't know this, there is a line on the side once you get to the front for the first row. Ooh. So if you are that adventurous and you want to sit on the first row of the ride and not have anything in front of you so you could just dive into that roller coaster, go on that line, first row. We sat in the middle. We didn't have choice.
Don't hate the middle.
Don't hate on the middle.
Baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little.
So the second ride you're going to encounter is Storm Force Acceleration.
Acceleratron.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Storm Force Acceleratron.
So we didn't do that ride just because we wanted to make the most out of the big rides and not have to wait so long. So we skipped over that one. That ride, what it looks like, because I've never done it, is you sit in this circle and then it looks like it goes in kind of like a teacup ride. But it's
a little faster as well.
Once you keep walking in, you're gonna see Dr. Doom's Fear Fall, which looks
just 2 big drops.
It looks like your basic fair drop ride.
It goes like this, so you go up, you're like, and then they tease you, and then you're like,
So after that one is the Amazing Spider-Man, which is personally my favorite ride. But yeah, it's basically Spider-Man taking you on a night where all the villains came out of jail or whatever, and they're wreaking havoc in the city. And he's like, guys, you gotta get out of here. It's too dangerous. And he's like, come on, I'll help you. And whatever. So you're running around with Spider-Man, fighting all the villains. While you're walking through Marvel Island, there's a lot of stores. There is a comic book store, like legit comic book store. They sell a lot of Funko Pops, like everywhere throughout the park. In Jurassic Park Land, in Superhero Land, in Dr. Seuss, there's Funko Pops everywhere. So if you would like Funko Pops, that's the place to be. You can find superhero shirts, you can find superhero like action figures, and there's also a boutique for girls of superheroes. I mean, if girls really like.
We walked into this store. This story really upset. We walked into this store and Sabrina goes, "This is a shop for girls." And I look at her like, "What do you mean it's for girls?" And then like angry, but I didn't say anything. And then the guy was like, "Yeah, it's perfect for girls." And I was looking around and it was all this like
dresses
just
and
everything with like glitter on it. And he was like, "It's for girls." And I was like, "Come on, everyone likes glitter. Everyone likes glitter."
There was like dresses, but like with superhero stuff. And then there was like a purse of Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. There was,
it was
like
super
makeup
cute
bags.
stuff, but the fact that they were like, "It's for girls,"
and it's called boutique,
and they had to have a separate store for it, I didn't really like that. So Universal, you know, I wasn't happy. So after Marvel Superhero Island, you have Toon Lagoon. In Toon Lagoon, there are 2 water rides. There is Deadly Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls and Popeye and Bluto's River Bard Ride something or other.
Just leave it like that.
Yeah.
These rides, you get soaking wet, like splash. So we highly recommend that these rides, you do them one after another. 1, 2, that you bring spare clothes. Trust me, especially after the Popeye ride, you need spare clothes. There's water coming from everywhere. There's water coming from the top, water coming from the side, inside the raft, like everywhere. You're going to get wet.
It's like you have been dunked in like a pool of water and then you come out. Like there's no escape. It's not like there's like a safe zone. Like no, it's soaking wet. So make sure, if you're wearing jeans, bring shorts to wear on that ride that you could pack in your bag for afterwards, like water shorts. Bring an extra shirt. You know, like be comfortable. It's in the beginning of the park, so you're not gonna want to be walking around the whole entire park with these soaking wet clothes. You can put on like a poncho, but they also have these like drying machines, which like cost a small amount of money, but probably if you have like small kids or whatever, like it might be worth just doing that. Yeah, I don't know how dry it'll get you, but because you get wet. You're wet, like your jeans, like just look at the video. I really liked the design of Toon Lagoon, where all the shops are, because there were these little like speech bubbles or thought bubbles that were like posted hanging off things, and you could stand beneath them and take pictures, and some of them were like really, really cute. There was one that was like thinking of you and wish you were here. Yeah, it was super cute. Cute photo opportunity. Yeah. And it's very cartoony and like everything. It's just a really fun place to look around, and the shops are really nice. They have a lot of like cartoon themed merchandise. So after Toon Lagoon, you reach Skull Island, the Reign of Kong, which has one ride, Skull Island, the Reign of Kong. So this ride is the newest ride at Universal Islands of Adventure. So it has one of the longest wait times. So on Skull Island Reign of Kong, you're going on a bus tour with this guy, and he is going to take you around the jungle, and in the midst of your tour you see people, I'm guessing from the movie because I haven't seen it, but you're going to encounter these people and they're in trouble, like their car doesn't work or something in a railroad, and then these flying like velociraptor things come in and picks up the girl, and we're like, wait, we're coming to get you. We go and we're trying to help her out, and you have these 3D screens on the side of you. You're watching her fight all the people, and when she kills a bug, like all the water goes to your face. So 4D ride, and then you keep going, and once you're riding through, you encounter King Kong. You encounter dinosaurs who are about to get you, but look who comes to save you. Kong! 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 So King Kong comes in and saves you from the dinosaurs.
And then you continue on, and there's a surprise in the end that we're not gonna spoil for you because you have to ride the ride.
I really personally like that the effects on the sides, like they take up so much of the screen, so no matter where you look, there is something going on. It's not like in some rides you ride in other parks where it literally looks like you're watching a TV on the sides. Like the screens are so big and they're so realistic because it's a new ride. It's really worth.
Like you're really enveloped into the ride. The next area in Islands of Adventure is Jurassic Park.
It takes me back. This is such a good theme song.
I'm pretty sure it was by John Williams.
It's really beautiful. Music by John Williams! Good job!
John Williams did the music for Harry Potter, Jaws, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones maybe.
Fun fact, guys, I didn't know that.
So in Jurassic Park, there is 2 rides. One being Jurassic Park River Adventure,
and the other being Pteranodon Flyers, which I couldn't go on because apparently I heard through the grapevine you have to have like a little kid with you if you want to ride it, and there was a height restriction, so we didn't want to make the line because it's huge, and it's in this like Camp Jurassic thing, which is like for the kids. But it does look really cool, so if you do have kids, I'd recommend going on that one.
Yeah, and then the other ride is a river adventure. So this ride, you're basically going on a river tour through Jurassic Park. But something goes amiss. One of the dinosaurs is let out of its cage and destroys the park. So instead of going through the rest of the tour, you're put through this cautioned zone where you can't go through, and the T-Rex is there above you like ah, and yeah, you just gotta see it for yourself. It's a cool drop. This one, note to self, you don't get that wet, so don't worry about wearing a poncho, something like that. Just freeball it.
And this one is really nice to see like what they've done. Like what they've done is very, very clever, although it's a slightly older ride, so compared to like the Reign of Kong, the effects aren't as great, but it's still a really good ride.
Alright, so once you finish Jurassic Park, you're about halfway through the park already. You're getting kind of hungry. Wait, don't worry. You have the Dinosaur Discovery Center, which has a restaurant where you can get chicken nuggets or hamburgers or anything. And there's also a cool kids area at the bottom floor of the Discovery Center where you can be like paleontologists and look at dinosaur bones, and it's really cool. Like even if you just want to walk in there and check it out, that's cool.
Moving swiftly onwards, after Jurassic Park, you have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where you will find Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, which is the little village next to Hogwarts where all the wizards can go and have a look around. So you have like the wand shop, the owl shop, the sweet shop. There's all sorts there. You can buy butterbeer and pumpkin juice and just funky stuff.
The every kind of beans, jelly beans from the movie, chocolate frogs.
Actually, we have a chocolate frog here that we bought from the park, but it was too hot and we'd already eaten so much that we didn't want to open it, but we're gonna open it now because I have never had one and I'm super excited to try one. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Yes, I don't have this.
You like this one?
Yes. So we have Gildry Lockhart.
Okay. So this is the chocolate frog from the park. I don't quite know how to
You just gotta bite it.
That's good chocolate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Chocolate frog.
So even though I'm not like the biggest fan of Harry Potter, the Harry Potter world was super cool. Like all the detail that they've put into Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, it's honestly amazing. Like it's so to a T and everyone's dressed up more than probably in other parks and in such a realistic way that it's super, super cool.
Yeah, so you have one cafe, and you have this cafe from the movie called The Three Broomsticks, if I'm correct. Then you have the candy shop from the movie. You have the Ollivanders where you can buy your wand, and then just a normal little shop where like, you know, you can buy some merch like socks and bags and hats and patches and pins and so much Harry Potter swag.
It's also really cool because you can buy an interactive wand as well as just a normal wand. It's a little bit extra, but when you go to any of the shops in either of the Harry Potter lands, either Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure, you can like do your whatever in front of the window and it makes something happen. So whether it's like a chocolate frog opening or something moving.
Or like a flower blooming.
And it's super, super cool. So if you like have a multi-day pass and you have some time to kill, it's really, really interesting how they've incorporated that. So that's definitely interesting to do. So I'd pay that a little bit extra for an interactive one. There are 2 rides in Hogsmeade in like that area.
Apart from the train that you use if you have a park-to-park ticket to get to Universal Studios and back.
One of the rides is called the Flight of the Hippogriff, which looks like a Hungry Caterpillar ride, but a bit faster and more Harry Potter themed. We didn't actually go on that ride because the queue was really long. I'm sure there was just a lot of kids the day that we visited, so it was really, really long for what it was, but it did look good. Well, inside Hogwarts, it's so fancy. You see all these like talking paintings and they all move and stuff. Like, so it's very, very true to the movie, which is really good, and obviously it is true to the book, although you don't see it in the book, I guess. Whatever. And you walk in and then you, that's like your cue to the ride, but it's so cool. Like, I'd just walk around that just because, like, even if you didn't want to go on the ride. But the ride that is in there is called Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey.
Basically, the theme of this ride is Harry Potter in a Quidditch game, and then it's probably from the second or like from third or fourth movie. So Harry Potter in a Quidditch game, and the Dementors are coming to like get Harry Potter. Probably from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The Dementors are coming and they're helping you like get away from them with Harry. Something like that.
It's super cool. So you like follow him on like a broomstick and they're taking you with you on this journey, and the ride is set out where it's just like a seat, so there's 4 seats in a row and it kind of moves a little bit, but you're watching a screen. And
like the screen is here going and the ride is like
yeah, you follow it around. As I said earlier, in any of the Harry Potter little world things, you can try butterbeer, which I've never tried before, but it is so good. It tastes like this caramelly, like non-fizzy, but sort of bubbling beverage. You can have it either hot or cold.
But obviously we're in the summer, so we're gonna have it hot. I mean, but obviously we're in the summer, so we had it cold.
Just a side note that if you do want to go on the Hogwarts Express, you have to have a park-to-park ticket. So because obviously it takes you to the other park, so you need to have that. So if that's what you really, really desire, then you have to pay extra for the park-to-park ticket. We didn't go on it because we just had our one park ticket, but it does look really cool. And I've heard that on the way there is like one like video that you watch, and on the way back there's another video like from the window.
So I've done it from Universal to Islands, and while you're sitting on like a train car and you have a window next to you, and on this window it's like a video of like going through on your way to Hogwarts, because obviously Hogwarts is in Islands of Adventure. So from Universal to Islands you're going through Hogwarts, and you see like Hermione and Harry and Ron in the seats and all throughout the window and the train tracks and everything. It's really cool. I haven't gone from Islands to Universal, but it's a completely different video I've heard that you see. Yeah, it's worth it. After the Harry Potter land, you get to the Lost Continent.
So the Lost Continent doesn't actually have any rides as such, but they have a couple of shows like the Sinbad show and Poseidon's Fury. What's really cool about Poseidon's Fury is that it's not just a normal show, it's like an interactive show. So you walk around and you're being given this tour of Poseidon's temple. You're walking around with Taylor, who's the archaeologist assistant, and he's giving you this tour of all the artifacts that he's found.
Professor Baxter.
There we go, good job. And he's writing them all down, and he's like, oh, well, the professor should be here, but I don't know, like, I'll help you on this tour, I'll take you around instead. And he finds these words that he reads, and it like brings back some spell, and there's this really, really cool part, like the middle to the end, it just gets crazy, and it's super, super fun. You should definitely go on that.
Last but not least, we have the Seuss Landing area of the park, which is, as you can imagine, is themed of Dr. Seuss. So you got your Cat in the Hat, your green eggs and ham, your one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, your sneasels. It's really fun, it's really colorful and big and magical, and anything that you've ever seen in any of the Dr. Seuss books is gonna be there.
It is the area of the whole of Islands of Adventure that's like more suited towards the kids. That's like a very, very big area where there's so much interactive stuff for them, and obviously the bigger rides that they can't go on, like it's compensated for in that area, but I mean, we're all big kids at heart, so for us, we really enjoyed it too.
Yeah, we went on the Cat in the Hat ride, which is a cart that you sit in, and it takes you basically throughout the book of Cat in the Hat. You know, don't think like it's gonna be a boring ride, because it was actually really fun. You get like swirled around in this cart, and you're like, oh my god, their mom is gone, the cat is ruining the house.
Yeah, it is crazy.
The fish is mad. Thing 1 and thing 2. And it's fun.
You also have the High in the Sky Seuss trolley train ride.
Yeah, you basically can see like all of Dr. Seuss land and maybe more of the park while you're riding this ride. So you're just riding around, and then it goes into the restaurant, which is circus themed, and you see people eating. It's really creepy. And then you go back out, and you know, it's just a chill ride.
In Seuss Landing, there is also a carousel ride called Carousel, which I thought was a really funny pun. I just kept saying that all day. I don't know why. It was fun though. It's just a Dr. Seuss themed carousel.
The last ride we have in that land is one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, which is your standard like fair ride. So it's like the arms that come out, and you're riding one of the fish, and it goes around in circle and circle, and it goes up and down and around and then back down, and that's it. So we skipped over that one, but it's really cute for if you have kids, or if you're just a big kid at heart.
Also, I feel that Seuss Landing was the place where the characters came out the most. So Marvel Superhero Island, there was a few characters that came out. They did this really cool thing where on the main street, all the superheroes and their little car mobile things like came down, and they parked up, and they got off and went to their station of where they'll be doing like the meet and greets. But it always seemed like it was harder to get pictures with them, and the queues were always longer compared to in Seuss Landing, where Cat in the Hat and the Lorax like were always just walking around and having like a good time. Like every time we passed that area, they were always out there, and they're really fun. Like the Lorax looks like my dad. It's cute. He's so furry and he's fun. And he's short and chubby. My dad doesn't have a mustache though.
So once you're finished with Seuss's Landing, you're basically at the front of the park, because Islands of Adventure is a big circle. You go in a circle around, and you're at the front in the port of entry, or in this case, exit. Yeah, you're back at the shops where you can buy some last minute merch, some Starbucks coffee for the drive home, some Cinnabon, a little snacky, and then you can leave the park and you're done. You're back at City Walk.
So if you do have the 2-park ticket and you don't want to ride the Hogwarts Express, the way to get to the other part would be to exit through Islands of Adventure, walk all the way across City Walk, and then enter through that way, which is cool because there's obviously different shops on that side that you wouldn't be getting if you got the Hogwarts Express until you walk out.
So you have the Chocolate Emporium, you have Hard Rock, you have Margaritaville, you want to get a burger.
Or margaritas.
And you have an ice cream shop, pizza shop, Club Fossil I think is there. So yeah, you have.
But also, if you really want to ride the Hogwarts Express, I'd personally do that, because I mean you've paid for it, and you can come back to City Walk at any time. It's just shops and restaurants. It's really nice, but that's not what you've paid for. So anyway, that was our trip to Islands of Adventure in Universal. We had a really good time, and we are really glad that we picked Islands instead of Universal Studios, but
we are excited to go to Universal Studios next summer.
Yeah, I really do want to see the other side.
The Mummy, Harry Potter and the Diagon Alley. You have Men in Black. You have Jimmy Fallon's Race to New York. Minions, Despicable Me, Shrek, I'm a Believer, The Simpsons. We just said that. I want to say it again. So you have all those rides and more at Universal Studios, which we will be doing next summer, hopefully. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or you need some advice about something, leave comments down below. Subscribe to this channel and give us love, because we love you.
We got you.
Bam.